You obviously didn't have any money back then, so how did you get the money to buy the car in the first place?
You idiot. Mate, do you see me?
Oh, we on fire?
Yeah. That's pretty funny, man. Man. Mate, do you see me?
R32 GTR, man.
Yeah, man.
This is quite literally a work of art. Just run us through. This car is exceptionally clean, and you've had it for quite a few years now. And then what was it like when you bought it? Was it like standard?
Öhlins coilovers, twin HICAS turbos. That was it, really.
And then things like the wheels were on it when you bought it?
Yeah, they were on it, but they were matte black. When I bought it, the clock actually said 30,000 kilometers. I done a HPI check, and it literally said it's got like 20-something thousand miles on it. It's
RB26, which is originally 2.6, but this has now got a 2.8 stroker.
Yeah, that's correct. Built by Duke Racing in Japan. So it's built for over 1,000 brake horsepower. It came out of a border racing R33 GTR. Someone had it in Bristol as well, in an R33. And I actually bought the engine from JDM garage again.
It's running conservative 700, but like you said, it's actually built to run 1,000. But the real limiting factor now is you're still in the original RB26 box.
Gearbox can only handle, I think, about 700 brake horsepower. So the turbo and that can like run over 1,000 brake horsepower. But I wanted to just, like you said, keep it conservative, reliable, go out until I can get a new gearbox.
Yeah, and so, what are you thinking long term, like dog box, sequential?
To be honest, mate, I like changing gear. Like, what I mean, the sequential's so quick, and obviously I like using it on the road. So. But I do want to track it. To be honest, we want to do a lot of driving in it, so I need to sort of... the R34 box is probably the way I'm going to go. R34 with a gear set.
Amazing how
everything's
so expensive now.
It's expensive, but I said I got the car for 12 grand.
You had a problem with the bottom end, you blew the bottom end on it?
So I'm used to obviously doing a lot of track, so I was going around corners pretty fast in it. It didn't have a baffled sump, so as I was driving I could feel resistance, and then I could hear the bottom end knock in. But I carried on racing, and literally it seized up. So what I've done on this one now, we've put a massive extended sump on it, so it can hold almost like 7 litres, just over 7 litres of oil. Done all that, baffled sump as well, just trying to get as much oil in there as possible so it didn't happen again. Basically it's got the HICAS, as I know, step 2 crank, everything on it, so it's all fully forged. We took it apart as well to check it, and it is all there. Yeah, JDM garage obviously sold it to us and it was like legit.
Am I right in saying as well, that colour there is like that Millennium Jade, the Skyline colour, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
R34s?
I think it's R34 it came in. So literally I think the engine did come in, the rocker cover did come that colour, but I'm not sure, but I know the car did. One I said to the mappers, I just want to sort of keep it quite low at the moment so it's reliable.
Conservative, yeah.
So even the mappers laughed because obviously the engine's not even pushing no power. I think they said it's just under 1.4 bar. I want to try and push it to about 950, and then I'm happy. Like, to be honest, I'm happy with it anyway.
I bet, man. What's it like with response?
It's lost a little bit of the response low down, but as soon as you're on boost, changing gear, it's constantly in boost. So it's ridiculous. I always wanted that single turbo RB26 noise. Yeah. And obviously now I got the 28, it's just that little extra.
And the cams just give it that lovely bit of idle, that nice sort of burble.
A little bit of a lumpy idle,
They sound so sick, these, don't they? Turbo's pretty decent. So you've got a Funk Motorsport sort of turbo blanket. Yeah. Quite a big chunky downpipe as well. And what turbo is this?
That's a 4-inch downpipe, and that's a Garrett G35 1050.
Okay, so the latest.
Yeah, the latest
Garrett.
one. Yeah.
So very quick spooling.
So I wanted something a bit smaller, but for the response. But I think it's going to be putting a lot of strain on the car. So we went a little bit bigger, and obviously a lot of people on YouTube are using them. And then I was like, do you know what, we'll just go for that. Yeah, and it's been spot on.
Downpipe as well is massive. I'm taking it probably, it looks like 4 inch.
Yeah, it's 4 inches. I still got my HICAS exhaust system on there because I like the design of it. So we've gone 4 inch, but literally near the tip, it's gone back into 3.5. So what we're gonna do is recreate the box and just copy the box design. So then it's 4 inch all the way through.
Work of art, beautiful TIG welding. Who makes the intake manifolds?
So it's made by Hypertune. I think it's like near 2 grand over.
You got a different fuel rail, obviously, different injectors.
Injector Dynamics, is it 1050cc, Turbo Smart fuel pressure regulator.
A fuel rail?
It's hyper-tune as well.
Hyper-tune.
It came with the rail. So basically it's like, you get obviously extras you can order and stuff. So
yeah. Fuel pump?
There's 3 of them. Do you know what, I can't remember what numbers they are, but they're all Walbro. The one pump on the outside that feeds the centre, and then you got the twin pumps. Obviously as you're booting it, kicks in the other pump as well.
You've obviously got quite a comprehensive breathing system. You've got your catch can down here. Koyo Ali Rad, quite a thick core as well.
The cooling system was a lot of work. There's a lot of pipe work underneath here. You can't see that. It was all TIG welded by my friend James. But we had to sort of mock it all up, put all the sensors in, test fit it all. But now you've got loads of little AN fittings that come round into little pipes into here. And you've got the overflow here.
And what ECU are you on?
Link G4X.
Okay, is that like a new...
It's the latest one, yeah.
I can also see lots of zinc plating everywhere.
Literally, when we took everything off, like we do with some customers' cars, you give them the option, do you want to get all your bits zinc plated? So we sent them all off, got them all plated while we were doing the other work, and then literally, yeah, put it all back on. Yeah. I think most bolts are all done, so.
And the air filter?
Yeah, it's just a Kenny and Nigel.
Which is K&N.
K&N filter, yeah. So that's what
they do the job, to be fair.
Yeah. So
they're not bad filters.
No, to be fair, I usually run it open, but with a mesh.
Quite a sizable front mount intercooler, which I can see down there is a truss unit. So lovely bit of JDMs, and then oil cooler.
But that's all hidden behind the headlight.
Okay.
So I've got my oil filter just below the indicator.
I can tell as well you've got an N1 front bumper because you've got the little slats in
it. That's it. Yeah.
Real nice piece that.
Yeah, I put those in when I was like 25. That was when I bought the car. I didn't have them, and that was like a touch I always wanted on the GTR.
So it's not an original M1 bumper. You've kind of
custom made it. I custom made it. So basically, I always wanted the nostril with the grille.
They look cool with the little holes in the front splitter.
So the white one's the original one. I can't remember what they call the bottom ones. That's just a fiberglass.
Okay, just like an
air breaker. So it sort of goes right back here. So it sort of stops anything coming up into the engine.
It's almost like part of the under tray.
Yeah. It's a bit of a nightmare because it captures a lot of things, but.
Yeah. And the headlights as well. I think mine actually originally had projector.
Yeah, they usually come with chrome projectors, but I think these are more aggressive. These ones are pretty beaten up, so we stripped them down, painted them up, and then put them back together.
Original bonnet. These are aluminium.
So this is an Ali bonnet. This is the original one.
GTRs also had Ali front wings.
Yeah, Ali front wings and bonnet.
I can see you got a set of adjustable coilovers in this. Who makes the Are they still the original?
They're Ohlins, yeah, Ohlins coilovers. I usually run a strut brace, but the one I had on there wasn't. I want like a nice one on there, so it's weird. It feels stiff, but it absorbs everything still. Yeah. So you get a nice, perfect feel. Out of all the coilovers I've tried, Ohlins are the best.
They are. I had them on the Evo, and they're like you said, you can drive them on the track, drive them on the right, and they just seem to somehow magically take everything. Bye bye, Mum.
See that, Ma?
What a legend, Mum. Oh my God, man. My mum's got a tech, man. We're gonna be doing Battle of the Mums soon. So, Mum, if you're watching, you can't pull off in second gear anymore. It's banned. We've been through coilovers. What about like on the rest of the chassis? You've replaced like stuff like poly bushes and stuff.
Yeah. So when I bought the Strong Flex bushes, and basically I bought the whole kit for the whole car because I plan on doing the rear.
What about the arms and stuff underneath?
I got adjustable top arms on this at the moment, so I can't remember the brand, but you buy kit, use your existing arms, drill them, and put the grease nipples in, and then the front bolt you can adjust back and forth. It brings the arm in and up. Wheels
are the ones that originally came with it. Like you said, you've painted them in like a nice shade of chrome, and they're actually a forged wheel from
Forged Rays.
Nice, man. Tyres are Toyo 888 Proxies.
Yeah.
And what size?
275 40 17s.
Okay, nice. Brakes, I can see a standard calipers. Different brake pads?
Yeah, so we've got DS2 500 Ferrari pads. We've got Brembo discs. So I've uprated it all as much as I can with that setup.
Yeah.
All braided lines, all throughout. All new brake uprated, brake master cylinder.
And then what brakes are you thinking about long term?
I want endless. Yeah, it's the ones I want, but like I said, I can't fit them behind the wheel, so it's a bit of a shame. So
basically you've got to do brakes and wheels.
I've got to do brakes and wheels on this. Yeah.
So make sure you come and book your cars and do lots of paint work so you can buy new wheels and brakes soon.
Definitely, man.
On the back, standard calipers again. Uprated disc or standard discs?
So that's Brembo disc again with the Ferrari DS2 500 pads, and obviously all braided again.
Lines, yeah. Bodywork is really lovely and immaculate. Obviously you're a paint shop, so it's going to be immaculate. And then it's relatively speaking, apart from the modifications done on the front bumper, it's stock bodywork?
Yeah, basically stock bodywork, mate. I've literally just kept it nice and clean.
Mad story as well, because this GTR badge isn't actually original.
No, so
you didn't have any money back in the day.
No. Well, being 24, obviously getting paid, I don't know, £1,000 a month, I love that. I used to pull up into a petrol station and people used to run around, oh, GTR, and then they go around the back, oh, there's no badge and it's a GTS. So I was like, oh, I can't do this. So I went to Whole Foods and bought the cheapest GTR badge they had, but it's the same diameter and measurement. So what I've done is I colour coded it to
Wait, they sold those in?
Yeah, when we were a kid, they had GT-R badges. Yeah. On each spec of GT-R, of the 32, I think they colour-coded the background. So if you had a grey one, the background would be grey.
Ah, got you.
And so when I bought this, it was bright red.
Oh, I didn't know that detail.
So I sprayed it the original colour of the original badge.
You obviously didn't have any money back then, so how did you get the money to buy the car in the first place?
Yeah, well, so this is the story. So I hate selling cars because I kind of hoarded them. One came available. The bloke who taught me my trade doing bodywork, he said, like, mate, if you want to get one, you better get one now. We've seen this one come up for 12 grand. I had an EP3 and I didn't want to sell it because I loved it. I spoke to my brother and he's like, Neil, if you want some help, I'll give you a hand.
My brother's about 20 years older than you?
Yeah, he's a couple of years older than me, 15, 20 years older than me. So he's like, he's doing well, he's got a nice business and that, tree surgeon. My mum as well, she was like, you know what, you never borrowed money from the bank or anything, so like, you better... They kind of just... Yeah, they sort of helped me, and I said, you know what, I literally sold my car, I didn't want to sell it, and I literally paid them back in the year. I bust my ass every day, and then I paid them all back.
Like you guys said in the last video, you're really enjoying these technical explanations, obviously before we do the John actions. Yeah, hopefully we're doing the car justice today. Interior's lovely and clean. Original R32 seats?
Yeah, so they're the original ones. Obviously, I want to upgrade them eventually, but they're so comfortable, man.
Suede,
yeah, so
Sparko steering
Mrs. bought me that one, so that's a Sparko one. That is actually for the Civic, but it looks good in there for the moment. But I've used these steering wheels, they get really clammy, so you need to wear gloves, so I'm going to change it eventually. Dashboard's
in lovely nick, no like cracks or anything, looks pretty good, doesn't it?
To be honest, it's pretty good. They usually get like a dash bubble, but it's pretty non-existent, so... And obviously it's never just left outside, so it's pretty good.
So you haven't got like the sun heating it up, cooling it down, that kind of thing.
Like this is obviously just a cheap gator, but I'm going to change all this eventually and just get all new.
By the looks of it, you've got IRP quick shift?
Yeah, so obviously the gearbox is pretty slow, so I just want to try and make it as best possible. I don't like quick shifters because you might put a bit of wear on it. Yeah, or put a bit of wear on it and you could miss shift. So it's very direct, you just got to make it goes in perfect. It's just really clunky. So I'll use it for a bit. If it's not, then I'll just go for Nismo uprated. So
Nismo clocks.
Oh yeah, shit.
Very, very yummy. And they're actually, I mean, they're worth quite a bit now, the old Nismo clocks, but they do look really nice, don't they?
Yeah, they look good, but look at pan the camera on, some idiot.
Someone's written on it.
Oh, I shouldn't say idiot, but yeah, someone wrote.
Oh, they actually
wrote the speed on it in mile an hour. So, but I think it's pretty funny.
Zoom in on that. Can you see it? Just about in the camera. So someone's actually written. Was that in Japan? It was done.
No, it wouldn't have been in Japan because it's kilometers. Yeah. So.
Oh well. That's not standard. You've got like an iPad in your Skyline. Data login and all your bits and bobs to do with ECCS.
Yeah, man. Check all your temperatures, everything, and it literally is more precise than the dash.
Yeah.
The rev counter is not even caught up before it's hitting the limiter, so on that it's so precise.
Yeah.
Basically, I prefer analog, but you can't read it when you're driving. No. You need a number on the dash. So if it says 10 or 20, then you know exactly what it is.
And the headlining's all nice, and the rear interior is all lovely, and you've still got the Japanese flare. So back in the day, this was actually a legality in Japan. You had to have a flare, so if you broke down or you had a problem, you could basically warn other drivers, or I'm not sure, I don't think you sort of activated and a helicopter came out.
No. Oh shit, that's good, man.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, it's really hot.
Yeah. Fire. Put on the floor.
Oh, it's got much smaller, hasn't it? Look.
That's what she said.
Hey. Anyway, we'll stop being children. We've done a lovely sort of technical breakdown of the car. I think it's time to take it out and do a little bit of John action.
Yeah, man.
Happy days. Monky Glass is coming soon. monky.com. Do a bite. All I can say, it feels fantastic. You haven't got a roll cage, but it still feels very, very taut, this car. You can tell it hasn't done a lot of miles. I'm wondering over time if these chassis get a lot of fatigue and stuff with this big kind of power. So this does feel pretty rigid from where I'm sitting. Happy man. Flying machine, brother. So quick. It's literally pushing me in the back of my seat. We'll do a first gear sort of rolling launch. This thing wrecks, man. This is quick. That guy just gave me a big thumbs up. That VW up must shit his pants. That came up behind me, I'm like, oh my god! Luckily, Anil's a body shop master. What hearing, man? Anil, straight to your turn, the race ready, so get on. Now you realise how quick this car is.
Yeah, that's mate, that's... Fucking hell.
This is a monster. You definitely need bigger brakes on it, man.
Fucking hell.
Mate, this is insane. With you don't need 1,000 horsepower, man.
No,
it would be almost
hey
dangerous
guys.
on these roads.
Mate, did you see me?
Good Godzilla.
Oh shit.
We're on fire?
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
We've got a little coolant leak. That's what happens. That's John Action for you. To be fair, I mean, come on, your middle name's Mexico, bro. We are good to go. Nice and cool. Yeah, I'm going to give you firm. It's got to be a 32 this one because it's 32.
32?
Yeah, 32 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Well done to Anil for building a sick car. Well done for Nissan for surviving. I want to say a massive thanks to Mr. Anil. Little fist bump. I'm going to chuck his Instagram down here. If you want to give him a little cheeky follow to follow the build, like I always say, feel free. I'm going to chuck his body shop down here as well, which is Dream Car Body Shop. This guy's absolutely loving it. Like I always say, please give the video a like. It really helps the algorithm. Put any comments down below. We'll do our best to get back to you. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you soon. Ciao.
Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana.